welcome to Building West Michigan. I'm your host, Kimon Kotos, and I'm here today with Jose Infante of Independent Bank. Jose, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to be here. Well, tell us a little bit about Independent Bank and some of the things that you do here and the services you offer and the clientele you deal with.
Well, we're very proud of the fact that 4 years ago we got into Muskegon market. Previous to that, we did not have any offices here. We had a mortgage department here, but not a true full-service office like this one. So we opened an office on Harvey Street, which have a small office there, and then 2 years ago we built this office here on Henry. And this is a full-service location. We have mortgages, commercial, consumer, a whole full branch. And we think Muskegon is just a great market, which is why we decided to come to Muskegon.
Well, and I believe that Muskegon really has a lot of promise yet to be discovered, besides having a rich history here. But give us a little idea of some of the clientele, people who come in from the business community, if you could, and some of the services that you offer in terms of business loans.
Sure. You know, again, like I mentioned, we're full service, which means we cater to every type of customer. We offer commercial loans, which is what I do. I'm in charge of commercial lending for the whole west side of the state. I'm out of Muskegon. I have an office in Grand Rapids, but I'm here four days a week at least, since home is here. I've lived here for 22 years. But again, we offer all kinds of commercial lending, which means we will do SBA lending. We'll talk a little more about that later. We do normal C&I loans, which is stuff that we would do for industry and manufacturing. We do mortgage lending, of course, for consumers. We will do consumer loans, car loans, home equity loans. That's on the lending side, and so every kind of lending we do here. On the deposit side, branch side, we're full service. CDs, checking accounts, direct deposits, health savings accounts, of course, which are real popular these days. All those we do out of this branch. Jessica Souls is the manager here. She manages this office and the other one next to her, on Harvey Street, and she's got a very good staff. And we have 4 commercial lenders here, which is pretty good commitment to the community. Because you're right, Muskegon is, sort of in a lot of ways, has been sort of this gem that people really haven't really noticed. It's been taken probably the last 15 years when people finally kind of rediscovered Muskegon. Part of it, of course, is the lake. Mm-hmm. We have a wonderful, why would you live in the Cascade when you can live on Lake Michigan or Muskegon Lake or Mona Lake or one of the other lakes? Come on. So I'm a big fan of Muskegon. And so this is just a great opportunity, and things are actually improving in this community. We're having manufacturing turning around, and it just didn't start today or yesterday. Probably the last couple of years, I've seen manufacturing make a comeback. Now people are reinventing themselves. It's no longer auto. It's a little bit of auto, but mostly it's light industry. Lots of times it's medical. So a lot of those things are happening in Muskegon that are really helpful. Now, what you won't see anymore are the companies the size of XPX or Dana. HowMed is an unusual animal in this community, but you'll see lots of companies who are out there in that middle niche who are making good money, hiring good employees, providing good wages in this community. That's making it Muskegon, truthfully, I think, on the right path.
Well, I think we're attracting an interesting group of professionals coming into the area, whether it's Norton Shores, Muskegon, or the surrounding area. You mentioned the bank is in Grand Rapids. So this region as a whole has grown quite a bit in terms of our collaborative nature. We've done stories on the West Michigan Strategic Alliance, and the chamber here is quite successful. Tell us a little bit about some of your outreach within the community and within the region.
Well, you mentioned one thing I want to follow up on. I just attended the West Michigan Policy Forum in Grand Rapids, which this chamber here, along with Grand Rapids and in Grand Haven and in Holland, are all part of. And that is collaboration to make this region one region, because we need to be together to make this thing work. Mm-hmm. You can't have the competition that used to be happening in the past. So that's another step forward, and we're all partners in that, and that's worked really well. And I was really I was very excited when I went to this thing. Now, you mentioned one thing about professionals. The medical part of this is really important to our community. Not only is Mercy really growing, that joint venture that it had with Hackling before that general has really been positive, but it's also the research is starting to come here. Right. Grand Rapids has had that growth. The Van Allen Institute is a wonderful place. I serve on one of those boards, and it's wonderful for Grand Rapids, but we're also doing that here. People don't know how much research is being done here and how well the medical community is doing as a whole. You mentioned about outreach. Our outreach really is making sure we're involved. I mean, to me, banking only works if the community is doing well. If the community isn't doing well, we just don't do as well. You know, we don't make as much money because we can't lend it out. People don't deposit. So we are part of the community, and that involvement is crucial. I keep telling young people the first thing you got to do is volunteer. It's all about volunteer. When we moved to this community 22 years ago, my children were small. You know, the obvious thing to do is go coach Little League. You know, one, it's good for your children and for you to be involved with them, but you get to meet people.
That's right.
You know, and so, you know, I've served on, I think, every board in this community, and I still serve on many of them. And part of that is you got to give back. And you got to make sure, because you cannot complain how things are going if you're not involved.
Well, and I think, you know, you play an important role in helping to build this community, because we are going through a transformation here and have been for a number of years. But in so many ways, other people are stepping up to the plate.
Right.
And other, I think, investors and people are seeing, you know, there's a community that's really on the move, and we have assets that other parts of the country don't have.
Right, right.
So I think a big part is helping to promote who we are and what we have to offer. Now, what are some of the incentives or things that you do in terms of working with your customers to try and, you know, help them get their business in order or help develop a business plan?
Well, I think the business plan is what you just talked about. I think the most crucial part that especially small businesses have a challenge with is putting together a business plan that makes sense. You know, lots of times what you have is someone who actually knows what they want to do. They know how to build that widget, or they know how to build that service. Mm-hmm. It could be widgets, or it could be high-end technology. Lots of times they know how to make that product and the people want. They just don't know how to get it out to market and how to do the numbers. So one of the things we actually do is we want to make sure we work with our clients, whether they're new or people who are established for changing direction. As we mentioned earlier, people manufacturing have kind of left the auto and gone into medical and other fields. Our job is to sit with them and walk them through that. Not just the financial piece of it, which is important, of course, but also just how, you know, the thought process how you get from here to there. The most important part, I think, of a new business or a changing business is what's their plan. And we've spent lots of time working with them. We work with SCORE, you know, which is a great organization that helps small businesses or new businesses get started. The Chamber, of course. And so you have to work together to be able to do that.
Well, and that becomes really important in terms of making sure people have a comprehensive plan and they really follow through. As you mentioned, they may start it with a good idea, but you want to see it through to the end and make sure you have good accounting for what you're doing.
Right, correct. And and today one of those things that's happening is the new SBA programs. It's a great product, one of the best products the government has. And sometimes I doubt about their other programs, but this is a good product that it really helps small business because of that guarantee part of it. It helps new businesses start. And it used to be people would say, oh, I don't want to do SBA, they're just too time consuming, the fees are too big, and they were. We have worked together with the government to make that process easier. And I think that's something that the audience should, if you're interested in business and if you're interested in lending, that's probably the fastest way to get things done today is to use the SBA. It's attractive fees, and right now, the rates are very low.
Well, let's come back and talk more about that, and stay with us on Building West Michigan.